What's up, everybody? Derek Anderson, the DA. And yeah, everybody on social media has been talking about this situation with Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny. As you can see, it says it's to ring up around $60 million in its opening weekend. And here's why. And everybody is shocked and surprised. People are expecting, I think, this thing to do in triple digits, $100+ million in its opening weekend. I'm not surprised at all. Nobody wanted to see old man Indy on an adventure. Some octogenarian running around the world. Nobody was checking for that. You got to remember that Indiana Jones as a franchise has not been built up over the last, 40 years or whatever. The first three films all came out in the 80s within like 8 years of each other. And then the next film, after The Last Crusade, the next film came out 19 years after that with Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. And then this one is 15 years after Crystal Skull. Who was going to check for this film? What is your audience? If you were a kid that was born the same year that Last Crusade came out, right? 1989, you're 34 years old and you've literally seen one Indiana Jones film in your entire lifetime. And that one, tons of people just disavow. They don't even consider that part of the story. Oh, it's still a trilogy. I don't know what this other film, I don't know what y'all talking about. Crystal Skull, what's that? Okay, so you have literally not grown up with a real Indiana Jones film that people are hyped around, all right? If you did grow up with this franchise at all, it's because your father or your uncle or your big bro or your granddad put you on a hat and a whip and they said, hey, let's play Indiana Jones, and they showed you all the films. But that's really their love of the film and they tried to get you involved with it. It's not something that came naturally to you. It's not something that you just fell into. Maybe some did, but for the most part, the Zoomers and the millennials, they didn't grow up with this film like that. They wasn't fans of this franchise like that. So to me, this was always going to be a bad deal. And here's the other thing. I mentioned the age. Look, Harrison Ford is too old to play Indiana Jones. I'm sorry. He could play a character named Indiana Jones, but he's not Indiana Jones, the guy we grew up with. You know what I'm saying? He's not that guy anymore. And the problem is that you need that guy in the film. Otherwise, the film is going to be boring. These trailers have looked absolutely horrid. Nobody is interested in this stuff. It's like I said on the previous video. Indiana Jones is basically James Bond if James Bond was a professor of archaeology and he went on adventures. You know what I'm saying? That's pretty much who Indiana Jones is. Instead of fighting and going up against spies who are like trying to steal some insane technology so they can take over the world, Indiana Jones fights against Nazis trying to steal or obtain some rare relic so they can take over the world. You know what I'm saying? It's just basically they switched around the stuff. They switched technology for artifacts and relics. They switched, spies for Nazis or, some other kind of evil, nefarious group. And that's it. That's all they're doing. That's what they've done this entire time. And if you think about it, both of them occupy these stylized worlds, right? Like you have like the spies and the cloak and dagger guys over with James Bond. And then you have the adventurers and the relic hunters over with Indiana Jones. And both of these guys have developed reputations. They're infamous. They're notable in their respective, worlds. That's kind of what the foundation of both of these characters are. They're like literally identical. And both of these characters, their movies almost play out the exact same way. They use like their knowledge and their bravery and their street smarts, their wits to get out of dangerous situations. They always end up getting in some sort of a fist fight with a big bad. You know what I'm saying? They always do these crazy, amazing stunts, these feats of daring do, hanging on the back of trucks and all kind of crap like that. And they always end up sleeping with a young, attractive woman in every single movie. Bond, Indiana Jones, exactly the same character. Now, is this dude going to do any of that in this movie? No. And that's why people are checking out. It's the age. You want a younger Indiana Jones. I'm sorry. I'm not hating on older folks, but this is an adventure. And that's why this character was appealing in the beginning, because of the stuff that he was doing and everything that I just laid out. He's that kind of character. And you just cannot feasibly see older Indiana Jones doing any of that kind of stuff. That's why I bring up James Bond, because what did they do with James Bond? They recast him every single time. There's been 6 dudes that played James Bond. There's about to be a 7th. The folks behind James Bond understand what people like about the character. They understand the persona of Bond, why he's appealing in the first place. And the thing about it is, you think back, they don't recast anybody else. Like Desmond Llewellyn, man, that dude was Q from Connery all the way through Brosnan. He was Q on every single movie. And like Moneypenny, I think they changed the Moneypennies up. But I remember that one chick at the very beginning, she played Moneypenny like for most of the films, like all the way through the Roger Moore films. So it's like they don't recast anybody else, but they recast Bond. I think they even M. Like, that's my point. You have to recast the main character and everybody else, whatever. You want to keep the same Sala, same Marcus Brody's, whatever. It didn't matter. But you have to keep Indiana Jones young. He has to stay somewhere in his 30s and he has to keep going on these adventures. You're not trying to put some like whole timeline together with this dude. He's just basically a young cat. He's always young. He's always going on adventures. And, you know, when the actor ages out, all right, let's get another actor. And bam, we go on with Indiana Jones if you want to keep telling these movies. Otherwise, if you try to come back with the 80-year-old Indiana Jones, this is what you're going to get. You can blast that John Williams score all you want to. It isn't going to matter. You can play some of that nostalgic music from the 60s or whatever they're doing in the trailers. It won't matter. Nobody cares. This film will work on a nostalgic level. It will actually catch some people on that, their feels. Younger audiences, 18 to 35, no way. No way. If you're 18 to 35, if you're not 18 to 35, try to put yourself in the shoes of an 18 to 35-year-old. You didn't grow up on this guy. You didn't grow up in the 80s. You have no affinity with the classic Indiana Jones characters unless something that your father or your granddad or your brother or whatever gave to you. You didn't grow up with this being a part of your social circles with your friends, everything that you did. All of that nostalgia don't work on you like that. That John Williams score, that don't work on you. And look, I want y'all to check this out. I want y'all to see this. I'm going to scroll through some pictures. I want you guys to just put yourself in the mind of a millennial or a zoomer as you're watching this Dial of Destiny film. Now, if this Indiana Jones was the Indiana Jones you were seeing, you might say, okay, young guy, you know, he's looking at this idol. This might be interesting. What's your feeling about this dude? It looked like some crazy old man that you see at the grocery store, right? What are you kids doing out here? Get the hell away from me. I mean, that's what this cat is looking like right now. Look at this Indiana Jones. This Indiana Jones looks like, hey man, time for some action, you know? He's a little worried, he's got that tense look on his face, you know, shit's about to go down, right? Does this guy have that look on his face? This dude look like he's confused. He don't know where he put his glasses. It's like, am I in the right start? Where am I at? I don't know what's going on here. And you got this picture of Indiana Jones. Look at him, man. Guy's got the bull whip at the ready, okay? He's got guns all over the place. He's got a holster here. He's got holsters here, all right? He looks like he's ready for some adventure. It's time for some action. He's probably taking out a bad guy as we speak. This dude right here wants no parts of no action. I mean, this dude looks afraid right here. And listen, these are the pictures that they've been showing us and all of the advertising and the marketing on the trailers and everything. He's been looking like this dude and nobody is coming to check for this dude. I'm sorry. Check him out right there. He's got an attractive young lady draped around him, man. He's looking up. This is in the Well of the Souls, by the way. He's looking up. He's like pissed off. He's got that glare on his face. Oh, I'm going to get your ass. Don't worry. I'm going to get you back, Belloc. You know, he's got that look on his face, man. This guy's ready to tear some heads off. This dude looked like some old man that just wandered into the wrong store. I'm sorry, man. Again, I love Indiana Jones. Raiders of the Lost Ark is my favorite film. There is no way in the hell I wanted to see this man go out like this. This is not a good look. I am sorry. I am not buying this. This is not a film that people are going to get excited for. That's why the box office looks the way it looks. Look at that, man. You got this dude, you know, shirtless, you know, patched up, man. You got a woman trying to tend to his wounds. They're laying on the bed. You know what's about to happen next after he gets all of these wounds checked out. Yeah, it's time for some action, right? That's what's about to go down. This man right here, he got the classic get off my lawn look. Get the hell off my lawn, you mother. This dude don't look like he's ready for some adventure. He don't look like he about to smash the hottest woman in the film. He's not doing that. Look at this cat, man. He got the machete in his hand. This dude is ready to take some heads off, okay? Again, that look on his face, all bruised and beaten up. But yeah, it's time for some action. This guy's ready to go. This guy is ready to go to bed. He's like, man, it's been a long damn life. I'm just ready to go. I'm tired. Look at this look on his face. He looks tired. He looks worn out. Okay, as he should. A character that's had a lifetime of adventure, he should be absolutely worn out to his core. And that's the look that they're giving us. This is the stuff that I've been seeing in the marketing. And it just makes me feel almost sorry for this guy. Like, damn, why are they dragging you on this adventure, man? You seem like you don't even want to be there. This is one of my favorite scenes, man. You got Indy, you got Willie, you got Short Round. You know, they looking at the thuggy, you know, doing their little sacrifices and stuff, man. It's like, man, damn, what's going to happen next? I hope they don't get caught. Man, this is a dangerous time for Indy. You know, you feel the adrenaline just kind of looking at this picture. This guy's like, bartender, I'm sorry, no alcohol for me. Do you have some milk, perhaps? I'd like a little glass of milk if it's okay with you. I mean, this dude don't look like an adventurer, man. This is from The Last Crusade. Look at Indiana Jones, man. Look at that look in his eye as he's staring down Elsa. Oh, yeah. We gonna find that Sir Richard tomb. Don't you worry about that, Elsa. And then after we find that tomb, it's on and popping, baby. This man looks like he just shit his pants. He just wet up all his depends. Oh, shit, I need to change. Again, I'm not trying to, I'm clowning because I'm pissed. Because this is not the character of Indiana Jones, okay? This is not the classic Indiana Jones that I grew up with. This guy right here is not the guy that you want on an adventure. You want this guy, hey man, you know what? Leave the old man at the hotel. You know, he's gonna get hurt out here. You know, keep him back. We don't want this dude. We got to keep up with this dude. We got to look after this dude. Now, I know that's not how the film is going to play out. But again, this is the feeling that you get when you're looking at these pictures. Now, look, this picture right here, in my opinion, this is the most badass that Indy has ever looked. Right? He's standing on this rope bridge, okay? All flexed out, shirt all torn up and ripped open. He's got a machete in one hand. He's got priceless relics in the other hand. And he's threatening to cut down the bridge. This has always been, to me, the most badass that Indy has ever been. And they're not giving you this, Indy. They're not giving this guy to you, you know? Moron, prepare to meet Kali in hell. Come on, give me that Indiana Jones. They're not giving this. They're giving you old man Indy. They're giving you this guy. Nobody cares about this. This is the days of a superhero cinematic universe. Okay, nobody's going to care about Indiana Jones, especially if this is going to be the last film and you're not going to keep going. Harrison Ford is done. He's not coming back. And even if he was coming back, do you want this back? Look, go back to this era. All right, recast Indiana Jones, maybe even before this, maybe at 30. You know, 30 years old Indiana Jones, get a good script. Go back to the tone of Temple of Doom. We've only really gotten one Temple of Doom style film. In this day and age, I think people could go for some more horror, you know, with their Indiana Jones. Go back to that. Give the younger audiences what they gave to us back in the 80s. Give us this rough and tumble Indiana Jones, not old man Jones. If they were smart, that's what they would do. But they're not smart. At least the president of Lucasfilm is not smart. That person should have been fired a long time ago. And here we are. Anyway, folks, what do y'all think about this situation with the box office completely tanking? Again, I've laid out why I think it's tanking, okay? You got to recast Indiana Jones. They probably should have never made this movie to begin with. But you got to recast Indiana Jones if you're going to tell any more stories in this universe or with this character. You got to do it. He's just like James Bond. He's literally no different than James Bond. If you don't do it, you're just going to end up making more flops. Nobody's checking for it. Nobody's coming to see it. Again, I would reboot the film series maybe a little bit earlier so you don't like interfere with the Harrison Ford stuff. Maybe start them at 25, something like that. I don't know, but you guys let me know what you think. Go ahead, get down in the comments. Give me your thoughts and your opinions on that. And thanks for watching. See you next time.